Well, let's move on to this episode's hashtag BG OMG.
Yes, sir.
For those who don't know what that means, it is board game, oh my God. Stuff in board games that you just scream, oh my God, and you hashtag tweet it out to all your friends and act all cool. We're on the bandwagon.
Right.
Anyway, this episode, we're talking about using the words Ameritrash and Euro to describe a board game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to immediately start by saying, stop it. Stop it. This is so stupid. Like, this is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. One is derogatory, and the other one is elitist. You are praising European games because they have, and if, for those who don't know, European games or Euros are less luck-based, similar to, you know, you calculate everything you're doing. There's less dice, there's less cards, things like that. Whereas the opposite end of the spectrum is rolling tons of dice, think risk. And, you know, rolling tons of dice, everything's luck-based, push your luck, gambling, things like that. And that's what they call Ameritrash. And I literally think it makes sense, but it's the European people, when they were making board games, like the Germans and stuff like that, they were like, oh, these Americans are making terrible games because they have all this luck and blah,
because
blah, blah.
we were.
That's true. All right, fair enough. They were way ahead of us as far as designing games. I mean, even in the 90s, they were designing better games than Americans were. But I mean, they're done. You know, like games are so blended anymore anyway. There's no point in saying it. And the other thing is, it's nondescript. If you say Euro, you could literally say, I could say what? Worker placement, pickup and delivery,
right?
Abstract. What are you talking about? Like, tell me what the mechanisms in the game are. Why would you just say, that's just like, I don't know. They're trying to make a genre of games, but they're including all these different things, and it doesn't tell you anything. It just makes you sound like an idiot. What do you think?
Well, Ameritrash.
I know a lot of people are just being funny with it now.
Right.
And maybe I'm taking it too personally. Or not really personally, but I'm taking it personally as far as the hobby. Like, why have that kind of hatred in a hobby?
That's true. But I don't know. I hear Ameritrash, and I mean, what did I do to him? What? I didn't make the game. Why has it got to be Ameritrash? Come on, guys. Give us some slack. They made Monopoly before I was born. I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can live that down now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a ton of good American games coming out. Or not even just American games with luck.
Yes.
Doesn't even have to be from America. Luck-based games, there's tons of good ones now. Mm-hmm. They've mitigated the crappiness of them.
Right. And
they've came out and they blended mechanics or mechanisms and stuff that make it work. So why are we still doing this?
Well, and another thing I never really understood fully was like in Euro, okay, you're cutting out a lot of luck. Just name off some Euro games, stereotypical.
I mean, Five Tribes is more considered a Euro.
Not quite what I was going for. Catan, maybe? Yeah,
Catan. I mean, that's definitely more...
You roll dice to figure out you could rack up on resources by getting lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, don't tell me there's not luck involved in that. Carcassonne?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I don't know if that one is like more of a Euro, but like Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's a little bit more straightforward and strategic. I mean, I don't know much luck you
like
can get from...
Worker placements are a good example of Euros.
Right.
You know, some of them do have dice, like for even taking Lords of Waterdeep.
Okay.
That's more Euro style of game because what they're trying to say is there's not really a lot of randomness to it. Maybe there's randomness on the cards you get.
I was going to say, yeah, the cards maybe, but
I feel like every game in the world has cards now and special abilities because it is fun. As long as you balance the cards, then you're okay.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe games back in the day, like when this first came about or whatever, I don't know the history of this.
Right.
But I don't care because it's inexcusable. You know, it's almost like calling people by their stereotypes.
It's pretty offensive.
It's offensive, yeah. Well, I mean, it is an offensive idea.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anybody takes offense to it.
Right.
You know, even people designing those type of games probably like, oh, I made this a trashy Ameritrash game, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it is like saying, oh, you're a hipster, you know?
I think we use hipster in every episode.
It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, just stop it. I know like the Dice Tower and Sam Healy loves to do the Ameritrash thing, and that's cool because it is. I feel like they felt the same way. It is, why have one be derogatory? And Ameritrash does seem a lot cooler because it does seem like they said, you thrash about, you just do random things and have some fun, whatever. That's cool. Either way, though, it's still a nondescript thing. And then people coming into the hobby, it's like when you go and do something really fun, and then you find out they have all these stupid lingo within it that makes fun of like subgroups within that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clicky. I don't know. It just irritates the crap out of me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts on this, Matt, before I start getting really mad?
I think you were the one that had the more problem with this than I did. It's kind of like I don't care. Like I said, it's not my fault that we made dice rolling games.
Yeah, I think in the end, nah, let's just move on.
Sure.